Hey, this is Matt Spriggins, and I just want to do a little quick tutorial about how to use vector assets in Photoshop. Vector assets are great because unlike raster assets, which are pixel-based, vector assets are math-based, so they're infinitely scalable, so you never have to worry about them being too big, or not big enough rather. You can make them as big as you want. You can take chunks of them. They're easily editable. Often, you can really change them quite a bit, and it's no real issue. So in Photoshop, what I'll show you guys how to do is, say you have a vector asset pack. In this case, I'm going to use my 4th of July vector asset pack. The quickest way to get in there is, so you can place embedded or place linked. Embedded is going to embed it into the Photoshop file. Linked is going to keep it linked outside of the file. So any edits you make on a linked file outside of the file are going to be reflected inside of Photoshop, whereas once it's embedded in Photoshop, it's here forever, and it's not linked to the outside. So I'll do place embedded just for simplicity here. So I have an AI Illustrator file, a PDF, and then SVG separate layers. If you're a GIMP user, I think these will work just fine. So in my case, I'll just import the AI file just so we can see what we have to work with. I'll likely import the separate layers later. So we have a bunch of, you can see 4th of July related assets. When you import it like that, I'll do it again. It brings up a bounding. It'll ask you which page. It'll just be always one page. There'll be a bounding box, and you can resize it, however you want, and infinitely even. However, the best way to do it is going to be while holding. You want to hold the Shift button so that when you scale it, you don't lose, it doesn't become distorted or anything like that. So we can kind of look through here. We have quite a few useful assets. I mean, you could easily make 50. You can really make 100 shirts out of this. I wouldn't be an issue. And then on a PC, Control plus and minus is zoom in and out. On an Apple, it's going to be Apple plus and minus. And then once you have it sized how you want it, you can hit enter. But legitimately, you can change the size however often you want later on, so you're not bound to the size that you start out at. So I'll probably just do a quick design for you guys. Just a quick 4th of July Independence Day design. In my case, I already know which assets I'll likely use, so I will go ahead and get rid of this layer, and I'll import a few separate layers here. Let's see, I'll use some fireworks. I'll use maybe another firework. And don't worry about the stuff overlapping. It's not a big deal because we're going to move it around later. I want a flag. I'll take I don't know, a streamer sounds good. Okay, that should be enough for just a quick demonstration of how this works. Don't need this layer, don't need this layer, don't need this layer. Alright, so we got 4 layers. We have these fireworks right here, we have this streamer, we have the flag, and some more fireworks. Alright, so let's just add a little text. very quickly. Let's see. Just do a quick. This font Selima is a pretty good commercial use font. Let's see here. We'll do something that says like Sweet Land of Liberty. This brings up the text options. Make it a little bigger. We will reduce this number. This is the leading, which is the space between the lines of text. Alright, then I'll probably make this bigger again. A quick way, easy way to make things bigger is to go to transform, free transform, and then you hold shift like you normally would. If you hold Alt and Shift or Apple and Shift on a Mac, you can scale from the middle, which is super handy. Alright, so we got some text. We got our vector assets. So let's see, and there's a shortcut which is Control T to free transform, or Apple T on a Mac. Let's go ahead and shrink some of these assets. Let's see. I'm not sure where I want the flag yet. I'm going to move it kind of out of the way. Get the other firework. I'm going to cut that layer off. The other firework, cut that layer on. Lock that layer. Alright, I'm going to resize the firework again. So, wrong one. So, free transform. And again, I held Shift and Alt on a PC. Alright, so I'm going to go again to free transform. This time I'm going to, if you hover out here, you can rotate stuff. So, super easy. Alright, let's see what I want to do with the flag. I'll probably shrink the flag. Again, Apple or Alt T to transform. The streamer. Shrink this way down. I mean, this is not the sharpest design. Alright. I think that looks decent. So yeah, that's just a quick design. You can even you know, throw some distress on there, which is likely what I would do, just to you know, kind of make it mesh a little more. Maybe take some of the strong visual. I mean, the flag is kind of draws your eye to the point where it's semi hard to read. I might even choose a different vector asset. Let's do that. So here's a little trick here. On the flag, we'll right click it, go relink to file, and we'll choose a different one. So let's go with I'll go with, we'll go with the eagle perched, just for, yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's try a different one. We'll go with I don't know. This is doesn't make much sense, but yeah, so that's how you can quickly use the vector assets. They're also editable. If you have Illustrator, you can go in and edit them. You will just go here, double click them, choose Illustrator. This comes with the $50 a month Photoshop or Adobe Creative Cloud, so you'll have this if you already have it. So yeah, so you can go in here, like if you have Illustrator, that is, you can change the colors. If you don't like this blue color, for instance, let's select all the same blue. Let's make it all white, and then we hit save in here, and it'll update in here. So that's just one way to use it. So that should get you guys set up to quickly use these vector assets. Again, there's so many different ways you can use these things. Yeah, I'm Matt Spriggins. Hope this helps.